Okay, so we have created a T account to understand the balance in our finished goods as of the end of the month, and that would be $99,000. Now our job is to look here and see. Sorry about that. For some reason, I'm getting a goofy. There it goes. My computer's acting slow right now. Now, the last part of this problem, and we will be done, is what is the amount of over or under applied overhead? Let's think about this, guys. Overhead, manufacturing overhead. We are putting actual costs into manufacturing overhead, and then we're also taking and crediting our predetermined factory overhead. So let's look at our manufacturing overhead. So I'm just going to show this as our manufacturing overhead account. And get rid of these figures here. So let's think about this. What did we start the period with? We're starting fresh this month. Let's just keep it simple. And we actually showed a journal entry of money going into manufacturing overhead up here of $72,000. Remember that one journal entry that showed where we incurred manufacturing overhead cost of indirect materials 17, indirect labor 20, depreciation 19, and then other cost of 16. We created that journal entry here in manufacturing overhead of $72,000. So we actually showed that debit of $72,000. But how much did we actually apply to the jobs of manufacturing overhead? 70. Now let's look at that. If we take our 70 here, our 7,000 there, our 35,000 there, and our 28 there, that gives us our 70,000 that we treated as predetermined overhead. So what we'll do is the actual here is 72. What we applied was 70. So what does that tell us? We actually had more manufacturing overhead during the month than what we really applied or predetermined we were going to have. So as a result of our actual being greater than our applied of 2,000 is our balance, we actually underapplied our overhead. What that means is our actual was 72. What we applied was only 70, so we underapplied our manufacturing overhead. So what will ultimately occur because of that, in order to close this out at the end of the month, we will take that amount that we underapplied, the 2,000, and debit it to cost of goods sold. We would credit that to our manufacturing overhead, just so we can clean that up and make sure we account for those expenses. Think of it like this, guys. Let's just say that you're building a bicycle, and this bicycle, you estimated some of the cost to be $100, but in actuality they were $130. Well, because we estimated a portion of these costs to be 100, when you go and sell the bicycle, it's showing you made really a greater profit than you did. And so you want to take into account that money that really you did actually spend, but we didn't quite have our numbers right and are predetermined. So we can really apply that revenue against the cost. Otherwise, we think we've got a greater profit than we really do. In this case, what we assumed our manufacturing overhead to be really was a little short. So we underapplied it by $2,000. Well, guys, I hope this is helpful for you. I'd love to get feedback from you if you can suggest ways I could do this different that would aid in your learning a little better. So email me, guys. Email me and say, go faster, go slower. I like this, I like that. I really am open to your comments. So for the rest of the semester here, I can do things that are beneficial for you. I am going to continue to create some lectures for some other of the exercises in this chapter.